Okay, so let us continue with MOS capacitors today. Anybody has a question? Anyone? No? Okay then. So in the last class we had talked about applying a positive voltage to the metal, to the gate, and a negative voltage to the body. So it results, what does it result in? It results in that your, uh, so this is how your band diagram looks like then. So this is your E times VGB. Okay. So initially we had EF on both sides were equal. Okay. And this was flat and this was flat. Both the oxide voltage was flat. Everything was flat. Okay. So that particular condition is called as the flat band condition. Okay. That happens automatically if the Fermi level of your phi f, the work function of the metal is equal to the work function of the semiconductor. If those two are equal, then you will get a situation where you will have a flat band condition. And when you apply a VGB in that situation, you will create a situation like this. Okay, where your the Fermi level on the metal side, if you apply a positive voltage, it's going to go down. Okay, and on the semiconductor side, it will go up, or you can say it stays the same, and it also results in bending of the bends. Okay, so uh, in reality it does not happen that straightforward because your metal and semiconductor do not have the same Fermi level. Okay, but we'll go into that in a moment. Okay, before that, let us assume that everything is flat band. Okay, assuming flat band, we have this situation. Now let us say we have a what we were assuming that initially all there were no charges present in your semiconductor. Okay, anywhere there were no charges. Okay, let us assume that in oxide we have a few charges. Okay, we usually, because this is the real world and oxides are insulators, there is a possibility when you are fabricating the oxide or the interface of the oxide semiconductor is forming, there is a possibility that some charges get trapped in that interface. Okay, so we'll assume that a few charges get trapped at the interface of the oxide. They are spread more or less throughout the oxide, but we can model in such a way that we move all those charges to the surface of the semiconductor. Okay, oxide semiconductor interface, we assume that all the charges are present over there. Okay, and the charge density here, the surface charge density is charge per unit area, which is given by the term QSS prime. Okay, QSS is the surface charge. Okay, and prime stands for per unit area. Okay, everything we are dividing by the area so that our life becomes easy. We do not have to worry about the dimensions. The only dimension that we will worry about is the thickness of the oxide. Okay, other than that, the length and width of this MOS capacitor is not very important for us. Okay. So QSS prime is the charge density, charge per unit area of the trapped charges in the oxide. Okay, most of the times they are positively charged, but even if they are negatively charged, only thing is going to happen is that QSS will be negative. Okay, most of the times they are positively charged. Now, what is going to happen in what? What is going to happen if uh, in equilibrium? What should happen in equilibrium in this situation? Anybody? If you have some charges present over here, what should happen? Come on.
So the oxide band would somehow somewhat be curved in nature rather than falling sharply.
There will be some curve in the nature of what?
The oxide band, the oxide energy band.
Oxide energy. Yeah, there will be.
The
That is the.
band diagram.
Yeah. So let us talk about charges. What should happen to the charges? The charge neutrality should be maintained. Is that okay? Everybody agree with that? Or no? Anybody?
Sir, is this piece of a MOS capacitor connected to any voltage? Is it now connected to some external fields?
No, no, no. It is not connected to the external situation. Okay, let us assume that. Okay, in that situation, what do you think is going to be the total charge in the system? The net charge.
Zero, sir.
It should be 0. Okay, it might induce some charges in your semiconductor. Okay, it might induce some charges in your semiconductor. Let us call those charges as Q prime SD. Okay, Q prime SD is the charges in the semiconductor in the depletion region. Okay, S stands for semiconductor, D stands for depletion region. Okay, so let us say it induces some charges in your semiconductor. Okay, and it may also induce some charges on your metal. Okay, let us call that as Qm prime. Okay, so the total charge is Q m prime plus Q sd prime plus Q ss prime should be equal to what? Those are the only 3 places where charges can be present. Okay, what should be the total charge in this situation? Net charge कितना होना चाहिए? 0. Okay, obviously it is not known to us what is going to happen to how these two will be distributed. Okay, how QSS prime, QSD prime and QM prime are going to be distributed, we do not know that. It's not really very important for us either. Okay, because we are going to make a certain assumption. What is the assumption? That we want to go back to this situation. Okay, what is the situation? हमारी original situation क्या थी? That are let me draw it here. The original situation was that the semiconductor is flat band and your metal is again okay. We want to go to a situation where we are we do all our analysis around this situation. Okay, what is the situation called as? This situation is called as the flat band condition. Okay, if I want to go to a flat band condition, what is flat band condition? That there is no voltage drop across the semiconductor. Okay, that is the so we do all our analysis around that particular baseline. Okay, so even if there are some anomalies present, we try to cancel out those anomalies so that we get to this situation. Okay, now assuming that we are in flat band condition. Okay, if we assume that we are in flat band condition, what will be the value of QSD prime? QSD prime ki, this is not necessarily required. Okay, for a flat band condition, this is not required. That oxide should be flat. Okay, I'm just drawing it here. It can have a slope or something like that. Okay. So, what do you think is going to be QSD prime in flat band condition? Anyone?
0.
Huh? Same as Rudraksh?
0.
0. Why do you say that?
0.
Why?
Sir, so it will have same nature throughout. Like अगर charge होगा तो it will be more p type or n type at the near the interface.
Yeah, that is one way. Another way of thinking about it is that the voltage drop across this is 0, so there should be no accumulation of charges anywhere. Okay, if there is accumulation of charges, it will create a field which will create a change in potential. Okay, since the potential drop across throughout the semiconductor is 0, so therefore this should become in flat band condition, this QSD prime is equal to 0. Okay, so what will be the value of QM prime? QM prime will be equal to minus QSS prime. Okay, so if I know QSS, let us say it is known to us. Okay, we have ways to find out the value of QSS. So if I know QSS, I'll know the value of QM prime, and if I know the value of QM prime, I know the voltage drop across the oxide. ठीक है, मुझे ये voltage drop पता चल जाएगी. ठीक है. So what will be the value of the voltage drop? QSS prime is known to us. Okay, what will be the voltage drop? Remember, if we know thickness of the oxide, Tox is known to us, so we also know what? If we know thickness of the oxide, what do we know about the oxide? Any electrical property of oxide do we know? Or this particular system? क्या पता चल जाएगा हमें?
Capacitance
Yes.
per area.
Yeah, capacitance per unit area. So we also know Cox prime. Okay, Cox prime is known to us. The charge across this parallel plate capacitor is known to us. Okay, the charge on the positive plate and the charge on the negative plate is known to us. So what will be the voltage drop? Vox prime क्या हो जाएगा? Not Vox prime, Vox. What will be the value of Vox? क्या होगा?
Q by C.
हाँ?
Q, yes,
Q by C.
CS.
So the charges on this side are positive. Okay, charges here are negative. So what is that going to do? So we are saying Vox is that the voltage drop from here to here. So we are considering this as the positive side. Okay, so it is going to come out to be QM prime by Cox prime. Is that okay? ठीक है, and flat band condition voltage drop across the oxide is QM prime by Cox prime. Is that all right? Or not? Anybody?
Yes, sir, it is fine.
Okay. So that is going to give me minus QSS prime by Cox prime. Okay, so this is the voltage drop across the oxide, assuming that nothing else is different except that there are charges present on the interface. Okay, so you have to apply this particular voltage. You have to apply this particular voltage to get a flat band condition. Okay, if you apply this particular voltage in this system, you are going to get the flat band condition. ठीक है? So let us now do one more thing. What is the other thing? We had assumed that our semiconductor and our oxide was the work function of the semiconductor was equal to the work function of the metal, which does not usually happen. Not usually, it does not, almost never happens. Okay, so if that is the case, what should happen in that case? क्या होना चाहिए? Work function of my metal is not the same as the work function of my semiconductor. Okay.
Sir, you just said that we must apply this Vox potential to have a flat band condition.
Yeah.
So, sir, means when we will apply Vox, then the conduction band level in oxide will also be flat. We have
No, it will not be. It cannot be. So if you look at this particular situation, what is going to happen? The conduction band and valence band of your semiconductor are flat. Okay. Okay. and what will be your क्या कहते हैं, what will be the, इसका वो कैसा होगा, we have positive charges on the right hand side and negative charges on the left hand side. So the potential plot looks something like this. नहीं, गलत बोल रहा हूँ. Potential plot will look something like this. Is that okay? Higher on the right hand side and lower on the left hand side. That is how the potential will look like. Is that all right? Who was the person asking the question?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have positive charges here, negative charges here. Potential will look something like this. So the conduction band will be opposite of that. So this is how your conduction band will look like. ठीक है?
So, sir,
Is that okay?
when not any kind of external field is applied to this system, what will be the potential difference in oxide layer that we have found by this equation?
If we had not applied any external voltage.
Yes, sir. Not any external field is applied, then what will be potential
That's what I am
difference in
saying. It is very
oxide layer?
complicated because it will be the charges will be divided between QM prime and QSS. Sorry, yeah, QSD. Okay, these two charges will cancel each other out. It will be a little very complicated because some charges. So this positive charge is present over here. So most of it will be actually induced charges in this region. Okay. So it is very likely that there will be no induction of charges on your metal. Do you understand what I am saying? But it is not really important. Do you agree or no? What's your name? मैं फिर भूल गया, मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया था.
Manav, sir.
Oh yeah, Manav.
So means I am not able to understand why we are calculating this Vox. Is it just the potential difference in this equilibrium condition when not any external
No.
field
See,
is-
please understand that. All our analysis happens around flat band condition. Okay, so we somehow try to go back to the flat band condition somehow. Okay, so if we had some induced charges present over here, if we had some positive charges present over here, do you think they will induce some charges in this side, on the semiconductor side, or not?
So can you please repeat what can?
यहाँ
be
पर
used
positive
in
charges,
this
if we
side?
have positive charges over here, are they going to induce some negative charges here or no?
Yes, sir. They must induce.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to remove that induction. Okay, so it is going to push away all the holes away from here one day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm trying to go back to the situation where we come here. Okay, how do we do that? We apply a negative voltage here. What does that negative voltage do? It creates some negative charges in this region so that all the field lines originating from this sheet gets terminated on this. Okay, they do not go on that side. Okay, now you understand.
So see, initially we had these positive charges on the interface, which
Yeah.
somehow induce some charges on the semiconductor, but we want to revert that effect.
Yes.
That is why we applied this
Yeah.
potential. Okay, sir. Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So we create negative charges, and not create means we get some negative charges over here. So what does that do? It creates these electric field lines from the right to the left, and there is no effect of this charge on the semiconductor. That is the essential goal. Okay, we want to go back to the situation where there are no charges present in the semiconductor. See, please understand that we will finally create some charges, but we want to because हम engineers हैं, we want to make our life easy. Our easiest point of analysis is go to the flat band condition and do everything around that. Okay, it makes our life much easier. We can talk about accumulation or inversion around the flat band condition. Okay, is that all right, Manav?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर आई हैव अ डाउट.
Yeah, go ahead.
इसमें मतलब ऐसा हो रहा है ना कि जो मतलब हम एक्सटर्नल वोल्टेज लगाएंगे इसके बाद हमें ये कंडीशन मिल रही है,
Yeah.
पर मतलब कुछ वही कि हम उसे मतलब जो पहले भी तो कुछ वोल्टेज होगी ना जो हम कैलकुलेट नहीं कर पा रहे,
हाँ, but that is not important, no.
तो उस वो मतलब कैंसिल आउट भी तो होगा कुछ, मतलब जैसे
तो कैंसिल आउट होने के बाद ही तो ये आया है. हमने कैंसिल आउट कर दिया. So see, please understand that. Again, we try to make our life easy. We cancel out that phenomena, and then we find out what will be the charges present. Easy. Okay, and once we find that out, we say that we'll apply that particular voltage to get that cancellation. Do you understand? We are doing it backwards. We are assuming that it has been cancelled out. QSD prime has become 0. Okay, then we find out the value of QM prime corresponding to that. If I know QM prime, I know the voltage drop across this, and I can just say that I'll apply that to get my situation. Okay, because most of our science is both ways. Okay, okay. Is that all right or no, Darshita?
ओके सर, थोड़ा थोड़ा है।
नहीं, क्या परेशानी है, हम इक्वेशन ऐसे ही तो निकालते हैं।
नहीं सर, मैं ऐसे खुद सोच लूंगी, दोबारा आ जाए।
चलो ठीक है, कोई नहीं। एनीबडी एल्स? थैंक यू फॉर योर क्वेश्चंस। या संजना, go ahead.
Sir, in the oxide layer, why are we showing a gradient energy?
Why are we showing? रोहित, रोहित, रोहित भाई, तुम्हारे घर में बहुत कुछ चल रहा है, म्यूट कर लो। रोहित, रोहित म्यूट नहीं कर रहा है यार, मुझे ही करना पड़ेगा। ओके, संजना, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I was asking that why there is a gradient in the energy, or in the sense in the potential in the oxide layer. So because in earlier classes we had shown that
यार, this is amazing यार, रोहित. I'm throwing him out of the class. Please ask him to join. Rohit, please unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead, Sanjana. So, please, yeah, I understand your question. Please understand that our flat band condition only requires that the semiconductor does not have a voltage drop. Okay, if there are charges present on the right hand side and there are charges present, opposite kind of charges present on the left hand side, there will be a voltage drop. No, won't there be?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the issue?
But sir, then that's what we are applying a Viox so that we get a flat portion over there in the oxide.
Yeah, we will get a flat portion on the semiconductor, not on the oxide. If we apply a voltage, how will there be a flat on the oxide? There are some charges present. Charges are present. Negative charges on this side and positive charges on this side. How is it possible that we have zero voltage drop?
So, sir, currently, like in this situation, we are having some voltage drop even on the semiconductors. But when we apply Viox, we'll get a flat energy band.
Yeah, that is essentially what we are doing.
But
Okay,
like we cannot say anything about the nature of potential in the oxide layer with surety.
No, why not? If I know charges present over here, I'm saying there are no charges present throughout the oxide. There are no charges present in the inside the oxide. So if I know this, I know the capacitance value. Can't I divide the charge by capacitance to get the voltage drop?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if I apply this voltage, I'll get a flat band condition. Okay, assuming that our semiconductor had the work function of the semiconductor was the same as the work function of the metal. Okay, that was the initial assumption. But now we are going to do a situation. What is the situation? This is the situation. Okay, अभी मैंने कोई voltage नहीं लगाई है. Okay, I have not applied any. ये मैंने voltage लगाने के बाद था. अब मैंने कोई voltage नहीं लगाई है. Okay, before applying this voltage, this is my vacuum level. Okay, if you look at it, this is phi m, and we do not define anything. Last time I had said phi s, but we'll be using something else for phi s. So let us call this as, I don't know, maybe phi s. Okay, So phi s is the work function of your semiconductor. Okay, work function of semiconductor. Phi m, E times phi m. Okay, E times phi m and E times phi ss. Okay, they are different. Let us assume that there are no charges present in the oxide. Okay, for this particular analysis, let us assume that there are no charges present in the oxide. Now, what should happen? What is going to happen? And we have an oxide present here. Okay, हमने अभी किसी चीज़ को attach नहीं किया है. Okay, we have not attached anything. We have an oxide present over here. Okay, and let us say I connect, then I bring them together and I connect a wire across it. Okay, what is the wire going to do? Oxide cannot conduct. Okay, so we connect a wire across it so that we can ensure that all the charges that are going to get transferred, they get transferred. Okay, so in this particular situation, what should happen between the metal and the semiconductor? क्या होना चाहिए? रुद्राक्ष.
Electron will go from metal to semiconductor.
Electrons will go from metal to the semiconductor. Okay, so our semiconductor was p type. Okay, it will become less p type. Is that okay? So if I were to draw my Fermi level, okay, so I draw corresponding plot to this. You will have transfer of electrons from this side to this side. Okay, so it is going to create, you will have, this is your Fermi level. Is that okay? This is how it will look. You have lost some electrons from the metal to the semiconductor. The potential, once you're losing electrons from the metal, the potential of the metal is going to go up. Okay, if it loses electrons, okay, the potential of the metal is going to go up, the energy is going to go down. Okay, so this goes down, this comes up, and we have a situation like this where the Fermi level on, so this is after putting them together. Okay, again we are assuming that there are no charges present at the oxide interface. We'll bring those later on. So now, what is that going to do? So now you have, again, there will be some voltage drop across the oxide also. How this gets divided, it's complicated, and we'll get into that in a little bit later on, how this voltage gets divided between these two. Okay, so what will be the total voltage drop? Total voltage drop कितना होगा? Let us say that this is, so the voltage drop across the surface, this is phi S0. Okay, the surface potential in equilibrium. Okay, 0 stands for equilibrium. So that is phi S0, and the voltage drop across the oxide is Vox0. Do you all agree with this or no? Does anybody have a question here? See, if we lose electrons from the metal to the semiconductor, we are going to have this situation. मैंने थोड़ा सा इसको वो कर दिया है. Let us make it a little more to scale. If this is your phi m. Okay, now it is more to scale. You lose electrons. Finally, what should happen in equilibrium? In equilibrium, the Fermi level should be constant. Okay, and the total voltage drop, Vox prime, Vox0 plus psi S0 is going to be equal to what? Total voltage drop कितना होगा? E times, मैं E भूल जाता हूँ बार बार. Okay, what will be the total voltage drop equal to? कितना होना चाहिए? It is sort of the built-in potential of the material. Okay, built-in potential कितना होता है? If you remember your PN junction, what was the built-in potential? Huh?
Difference between Fermi level.
Yeah, difference between the two Fermi levels. So difference between, so this is going to be equal to Vox0 plus phi S0 is going to be equal to phi SS minus phi m. Is that okay? हाँ या ना? Is that okay? सब मैं E और मल्टीप्लाई कर लेता हूँ तो ज़्यादा क्लियर हो, ज़्यादा सही है. If you remember your semiconductor, okay, how much is the total change in this going to be? Okay, the slope here plus the total slope over here is going to be equal to the change in the difference in the two Fermi levels. Okay, that is how much there is there was that much potential difference, and that has been cancelled out now. Okay, so phi SS minus phi m. Okay, so we can also say that Vox 0 plus phi s 0 plus phi m minus phi ss is equal to 0. ठीक है. This particular quantity phi m minus phi ss is called as phi ms. Okay, this particular quantity is called as phi ms. So we get a situation like phi ms plus Vox 0 plus psi s 0 is equal to 0. ठीक है. Now, let us say I apply a voltage equal to phi ms across this to this. Okay, मैंने इस semiconductor को लिया. Okay, I take this semiconductor, this MOS capacitor, and I apply phi ms across it. ठीक है, मैं इसके across phi ms लगा दूं तो क्या होगा? बताओ. अगर मैं इसके क्रॉस phi ms लगा दूं तो क्या होगा? So if you look at the situation, what was phi ms equal to? Phi ms was equal to minus Vox 0 plus phi s 0. ठीक है ना? Is that okay? Phi ms is equal to minus Vox 0 plus phi s 0. That was the voltage drop across the oxide plus voltage drop across the semiconductor. That is equal to phi ms. Now if I apply phi ms over here, अगर मैं इसके क्रॉस phi ms लगा दूं तो क्या होगा? बताओ भाई. यहां पे अगर phi ms लगाऊं, रुद्राक्ष क्या होना चाहिए?
सर मतलब वहां पे ड्रॉप खत्म हो जाना चाहिए.
कहाँ पे?
सर मतलब उसके बीच में ये मतलब सेमीकंडक्टर फ्लैट हो जाना चाहिए.
Yeah. Okay, so if you apply a voltage, so what is that going to do? If I apply phi ms, okay, previously the voltage drop was Vox plus psi s 0. Okay, that was the voltage drop across this material. Okay, now if I apply phi ms, what is that going to do? It is going to cancel out because this is minus of that. Okay, it is the minus of those two quantities. It is minus of Vox 0 and minus psi s 0. If I apply that, it is going to cancel out those two potential drops. Okay, so if I apply a phi ms, okay, if I apply a phi ms over here, it is going to cancel out those two voltage drops. ठीक है? So if it cancels out those two voltage drops, what is your final result? Final result क्या होगा? अगर इसका बेन डायग्राम बनाए तो हम कहाँ पे पहुंच जाएंगे? क्या कैसा लगेगा हमारा बेन डायग्राम? बताओ. This is how it is going to look like. Is that all right or no? Do you agree?
सर वो मतलब जो पूरा पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप है उसका कितना पार्ट ऑक्साइड में जाएगा, ये ऐसे पता थोड़ा लगा सकते हैं कि मतलब वो उतना ही, मतलब जैसे पहले वीऑक्स था तो अब मतलब हमने सम उसका उसके अक्रॉस अप्लाई किया, लेकिन अभी सेमीकंडक्टर के अक्रॉस माइनस वीऑक्स ही जाएगा, मतलब ऐसा कह सकते हैं क्या?
Yeah, that is a very good question from your side. But the point is that these two are related with each other. ये दोनों आपस में रिलेटेड हैं, ठीक है ना? जितना यहाँ पे चार्ज बढ़ता है उतना ही वोल्टेज ड्रॉप यहाँ पे बढ़ता है, फिर दोनों में तो these two are related. So if you reduce the charge here, there will be a corresponding reduction in the charge on this side. Okay, so these, you can think of these two as two resistors in series. Okay, if two resistors in series, if the voltage drop across one, do you think the voltage will drop across the other one in a similar proportion? Obviously there will not be, it will not be exactly similar situation, but you can think of it that way. Do you understand? Do you understand what I am saying or no?
नो सर.
नहीं. Think about it. Okay, अगर मान लो ये बैटरी है, ठीक है, there was a voltage drop across here V1, okay, and there was a voltage drop here V2, ठीक है.
हाँ.
So now if I reduce this voltage, can I say that there will be some relation between V1 and V2?
यस सर.
There will be. Okay, we means I can find that out. Okay, and it will, they both will change and in the same proportion. Okay, both V1 and V2, if I change this voltage, will change in the same proportion. Obviously it is not the same situation, but what causes this Vox? Do you know that? What causes that Vox?
सर कुछ इंड्यूस चार्ज काइंड
Right.
ऑफ.
So whatever charge you have on the right hand side, whatever total charge you have on the right hand side and the charge on the left hand side, what do? The Q, what? Q M prime divided by Cox prime. That is your total voltage across the oxide.
यस सर.
ठीक है ना? And what is QM prime equal to? QM prime is equal to minus of whatever charge you are creating over here. So if you are reducing this charge, you are going to reduce this voltage, surface voltage. You are reducing the surface voltage, and at the same time you are also reducing in a similar proportion. You are reducing what? Your oxide voltage. Okay, so they move together. They are not independent of each other. They are related to each other. Do you now understand? नहीं.
नहीं
चलो.
आ गया.
आ गया. एक फाइनल पॉइंट और बता देता हूँ. What is the final point? If the charge here is zero, what will be the voltage drop across? So the voltage drop on the semiconductor is going to be zero. What will the voltage drop across the oxide in that case? Assuming that there is no QSS. Again, please remember that we are doing this part of the analysis we are assuming no QSS. What do you think is going to be your voltage drop across the oxide? If the voltage drop across the semiconductor is zero, what will be the voltage drop across the oxide?
0.
Why?
सर मतलब इधर चार्ज नहीं होंगे तो वो मेटल में कोई चार्ज इंड्यूस नहीं करेगा तो.
हाँ. बस. तो दोनों रिलेटेड है, ठीक है. जब यहाँ पे चार्ज जीरो होगा तो यहाँ पे भी चार्ज जीरो होगा, मतलब नॉट चार्ज, यहाँ पर वोल्टेज जीरो होगी तो यहाँ पे भी वोल्टेज जीरो होगी, ठीक है. ये रिलेटेड है, साथ में चलते हैं वो. यू आर राइट. इफ दे वर इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ ईच अदर यू कुड नॉट से दैट हमने वोल्टेज लगाई तो वो इक्वली वो हो जाना चाहिए. यू आर राइट, बट इन दिस केस दे आर रिलेटेड. ओके, दे मूव टुगेदर. ठीक है. ओके, very good questions yaar. I'm very happy with you guys. You're paying so much attention. It is going much better than I had expected this class. Anyway, so if you so what is this voltage going to be? This is going to be E times phi ms. Okay, if you apply phi ms, you're going to get a flat band condition both in the oxide and your semiconductor. In both cases, assuming that there are no surface charges, QSS prime is equal to 0. ठीक है. So if you apply phi ms,
इसमें phi ms की पोलैरिटी कैसे डिसाइड करी?
ऐसे डिसाइड करी. phi ms की वैल्यू क्या है? माइनस वी ऑक्स प्राइम प्लस phi s जीरो है, ठीक है ना. अगर मुझे उस वोल्टेज को जीरो करना है, मतलब उन दोनों वोल्टेजेस को जीरो करना है, तो वी ऑक्स और इसको का उल्टा लगाना पड़ेगा ना. वी ऑक्स पॉजिटिव था, psi s जीरो पॉजिटिव था, उनका नेगेटिव लगा दिया हमने दोनों का. phi ms के बराबर है वो. ठीक है.
सर मतलब नेगेटिव उस साइड नहीं लगेगा, मतलब मेटल के साइड नेगेटिव नहीं लगेगा?
मेटल के साथ
तभी
नहीं
शायद
फाइव
cancel
नहीं
होगा।
नहीं यार समझो 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 5ms की वैल्यू ये है मैथमेटिकल, ठीक है? अगर Viox पॉजिटिव है और psi 0 पॉजिटिव है, ऑब्वियसली ये नेगेटिव हो जाएगा अपने आप ही. Okay, please
हाँ,
understand
हाँ,
that
हाँ।
5ms can have both positive and negative polar values. In this case, it may
सर
have negative values. Okay, please understand
सर
that.
इस
हाँ
फिगर के अकॉर्डिंग तो नेगेटिव होगा ना शायद,
यार,
जो
लेकिन मैं
5
उसको फिर 5ms नहीं लिख सकता ना, फिर उसे 5 लिखना पड़ेगा. नहीं आया
अच्छा
समझ
सर,
में?
मतलब सर वो पोलैरिटी रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर रहा क्या यहाँ पे जो आपने डायग्राम बनाया है, वो पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल और नेगेटिव टर्मिनल?
यार यही तुम बड़ा वो कर देते हो मुझे परेशान. कैसे? अगर मान लो मैं यहाँ पर -5 वोल्ट लिख दूं, इसका मतलब क्या होगा? मैंने इस बैटरी के साथ -5 वोल्ट लिख दिया, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि तुम्हारा पॉजिटिव राइट हैंड साइड में है, नेगेटिव लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट द पॉइंट इज. ओके, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पर देखो, तो यहाँ पर तुमने नेगेटिव वैल्यूज आ रही हैं, तो नेगेटिव वैल्यूज को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए कैसे लिखोगे इसको यहाँ पर?
हाँ सर, वही मैं इस केस के लिए पूछ रहा था पर्टिकुलर।
ठीक है ना? आया समझ में? नहीं कह रहा हूँ क्या 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 कह रहा हूँ मैं?
आ गया
ठीक है.
सर।
So we need to apply value voltage phi ms to get the flat band condition. If phi m and phi s are not equal to each other, if they are not equal to each other, then you have to apply voltage phi ms. ठीक है? अब हमने दो चीजें करी हैं, दो sort of independent phenomena है. One phenomena is that there are charges present. Okay, another phenomena is that your metal and semiconductor work functions are different from each other. If both those two situations happen at the same time, what is going to happen? We can just apply interpolation, not interpolation, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Superposition. Okay, because those two are sort of independent phenomena of each other, so we can just add them together. So the net flat band condition. ठीक है, I'm going to erase most of it. So the net flat band condition VFB, so flat band voltage is equal to phi ms minus ये कितना था? Q SS prime by Cox prime. So this is the flat band voltage. So if you have charges present and you have a difference in the two Fermi levels, then you are going to have this particular situation. Okay, so you need to apply this voltage VFB to get rid of those two anomalies present. Okay, to come back to the situation which was the flat band condition. In this particular situation, please understand that when you have both kinds of charge, means if you have these charges also, the flat band, only the semiconductor is going to be flat band. This is no longer going to be flat band. It will look something like this. ठीक है? Because we are having charges present on the oxide. Okay, we have to have negative charges over here. We cannot cancel those charges out. Please understand that oxide charges cannot be cancelled out, means they cannot be removed. They are fixed charges present inside the oxide. They cannot be moved also, neither removed. We cannot do either of those two things. So that is going to create what? क्या बोल रहा था मैं? Yeah. So there will be negative charges present over here. So you will have some voltage drop across the oxide. ठीक है? As we had previously discussed, we just superpose these two things. This phenomena plus this phenomena is going to give us the flat band voltage. Now, all our analysis happens across the flat band. Okay, so whenever we write VGS, whenever we write VGB, okay, instead of writing VGB, we'll write VGB minus VFB. Okay, this becomes our new VGB. Okay, new VGB is VGB minus VFB. Everything happens around VFB becomes your reference point, and we do everything across around that. Okay, I'll take a 10 minutes break. It is 11:55, and we'll join again at 12:05. Okay, we'll continue the class.
सर टुडे सर ऑन फ्राइडे सर दिवाली वगैरह आ रही है सर,
हाँ.
तो कैन वी लाइक रीशेड्यूल और लाइक नॉट हैव दैट क्लास ऑन फ्राइडे?
That's fine. We'll not have a class on Friday.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay, but we'll move on a little bit deeper into the semester. Officially, the semester closes on 27th. We may move 1 week beyond that. Okay, so please bear with me. I have not taken any classes on the weekends, so there might be a possibility that we'll move a little bit forward, further into the your winter vacations. Okay,
Oh,
maybe 1 or 2 classes,
okay.
2-3 hours each. Anyway, I'll come back after 10 minutes.
Okay.
12:05.